Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build video in The Sims 4. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope you guys are having the most amazing Tuesday ever, as good as Tuesdays are gonna get, you know, let's be honest. And today we are building a base game only starter house in Willow Creek. So this is obviously, it's a starter house, so it's under 18,000 simoleons and it only requires the base game to work. I have talked about this recently on the channel and I did say that I wanted to try and challenge myself and do a house like this, and let me just say, I was challenged. I was absolutely challenged, and everything was going so well when I was doing the exterior, so this is what we're working on right now. And I love the way the exterior turned out. I think it looks so cute. And I tried to keep it really classic and suburban looking. But as I was doing this, I was thinking, this is going really well. This is going to be a breeze. And then I got onto the inside and I didn't have enough money. And then I had to, and then I'll be honest, I've actually furnished this house twice. So what you're seeing when we move on to the inside is you're going to be seeing the second time that I've furnished it. Because the first time I furnished it, I went way over budget. I got annoyed and then I was like, right, I'm not doing a starter house. And then it ended up costing 31,000 simoleons for this tiny house because base game items are so unbelievably expensive. I was talking about this with my good friends April and Reese, aka Miss Reno and Reese Moon. And we were saying how hard it is to build starter houses with base game because the items are just so much more expensive than other packs. Or that's what we thought anyway. You guys might think very differently. And so as I said, I've been wanting to do this for a while and I finally got round to it. And let me tell you, this has opened my eyes and made me realise that I have a long way to go when it comes to base game starter houses. And I want to do more on the channel. I want to do one for Oasis Springs as well. And I might even think about doing that this weekend. We'll see. I'm going to try and start pre-recording as well. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, I want to try and do one in Oasis Springs and see how I can use some modern items. But yes, so when we move on to the inside, you will see exactly what I mean. So the outside, love it. I think it looks really nice. I did have to make some changes off camera. Not some hard choices, but I had to replace some things with debug items to try and give me some more money to furnish the inside. So you'll see the inside, it's pretty much what you would expect from a base game only starter house, in that it's quite sparse in areas, which drives me nuts as someone who absolutely loves clutter. But you gotta do what you gotta do. If you clutter it all up and everything, then it's not gonna be a starter house, because clutter and plants are the things that cost the most money in this game, or that's at least what I've found. Again, if you guys have a difference of opinion, please let me know. But what I've found is plants and clutter items, things that I would normally use to make a house a home or to make it look lived in, which is what I try and do with all my houses. It was just so hard with this one because it's nice. I don't want to downplay it. It is nice. It's just, it's not as cluttered as I like my houses, and I'm just trying to get used to it, and I'm really sad about it. But it's okay because at least I did it. Like, I've actually done a successful functioning base game starter house, so I think I'd get a pat on the back for that anyway. And my good friend April, aka Miss Reno, makes the most incredible base game only houses anyway, but she's also done a lot of base game only starter houses, and I'm telling you now, I need to learn from you. I need to absorb all of your knowledge because I have a long way to go, but I'm not going to give up. I will absolutely make myself better, because that's just who I am. Anyway, so as you can see, we're using a lot of landscaping items from the debug menu because I have to landscape my houses. I'm sorry, I just do. Whether this is considered cheating or not is up for debate. Put my teeth back in. Up for debate, but I don't think it is. I think it's perfectly fine. I think it's fine. The debug items are there within the game and they don't cost any money. So I think it's okay. I'm just going to keep telling myself that. So again, love the outside of this house. I think it looks really homey and inviting and very classic suburban. So I'm very happy with it. So we're just working on the outside here. Again, lots of debug items from the debug menu and then making some difficult choices. As I said, I made them off camera because as I said, I have actually furnished this house once before already. So when we move on into the inside, you'll see what it ended up looking like. But I went to work and I thought, no, this needs to be, it needs to be a starter house and it needs to be base game. So I challenged myself. I was like, right, I don't want to make the house smaller. I think the whole idea of starter houses is that they're made for your Sims to be able to move into, and they have to have everything that your Sim needs to live a successful life, as in they need to have a bed, you know, some entertainment items, it needs to have a bathroom, etc, etc. And so that we've achieved, so that we can have a tick for that. And then I also think of it as your Sims work and get more money, there's space for them to buy their own items and make changes. So this house is very easily extended. So you can either extend at the back, extend at the front, you could extend upwards, you could put another floor on. It's quite versatile in that. So I think it's successful, but it was a little bit of a shock to the system because I just couldn't clutter it up as much as I wanted to. And that was the challenge for me. I really had to hold back and making the really hard choices, as in, well, I'll have to get that plant because it's cheaper than that one. You know, some of my favourite plants are so expensive and so I couldn't use them. So that kind of killed me inside just a little bit. And I tried to do like little tricks. So using a small rug but sizing it up because the smaller rugs are generally cheaper. And things like, you know, things like that, just trying to be smart with the money is essentially what I'm saying. And again, the wooden flooring here, it looks nice, but I could have used a cheaper one. Things like that. I think there are different, I'm looking back now and I'm looking at what I could improve upon to try and make it look more cluttered. And I'm thinking, number one, I think we would have to change the size. I'd have to make different choices in terms of flooring and perhaps wallpapers, not put as many lights in, not put a back decking out there because there's nothing on the decking. So in theory, I actually could have deleted that. But I think it's okay for a first attempt. You guys might think differently, but please let me know in the comments down below. And if you do like this video, please don't forget it. Oh my goodness, I've had the longest day. Sorry. If you have liked this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment and please consider subscribing if you haven't already. But we're just working on the kitchen here now. And yes, I could have used the really, really, really cheap counters, but they just weren't giving off the right vibe. They were not giving off the right vibe for this house, and so I used these ones. And you might be thinking, well, you know, they're probably not giving off the right vibe either, but trust me, they look a lot better than the other ones did. And so I'm trying to make some very conscious decisions here. Cheap table, cheap chairs, cheap bin. Everything is on the cheap, or pretty much everything is on the cheap, which is the whole point. And these tiles, I've never actually used them before, but I think they're so nice. They're so neutral and they pretty much go with this kitchen, and they give off exactly what I wanted them to give off. So if I wasn't on a budget, I'd be putting a half wall there with a column. I'd be putting more counters out. They'd be nicer counters. I'd be bulking up the living room. You know, I think we all know what I would be doing right now. Just clutter. That's, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that I love cluttering houses up. That's all. I like making them look really lived in. What's so wrong with that? Anyway, then again, I'm deleting things because I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I've barely got any money left and I need to do the bathroom and the bedroom. So the bathroom's very basic. The bedroom is incredibly basic, but you will see because we're working on that now. And that pretty much gets us to the end of the speed build. So thank you very much for joining me here today, guys. This house is available to download from the gallery. My origin ID is RachelPedd. Tray files, as always, are linked down in the description below. You can download them from SimFileShare, and screenshots are at the end of the video if you'd like to see what the house looks like in game. But I hope you guys, again, are having the most amazing Tuesday. Thank you for joining me here today and building this base game starter house with me. And I will see you next time I post a video. I'll see you soon. Bye.